I'm sorry.
Sorry. You're right.
Yeah.
Calm down, man.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome to the pregame show.
Let's
Oh,
go.
my gosh. Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you're feeling good tidings.
Like us here at the studio.
They're at an empty bar in the studio. The Nuggets taking on the Golden State Warriors, the two greatest offensive players of a generation, squaring off in the Mile High City in front of everybody. A marquee game. We're going to break that down. We're going to talk about some unchecked boxes for revenge. The revenge tour is incomplete, you guys. I don't know if you've ever thought about it, but I have. And then we're going to snake draft the best Christmas characters of all time. And maybe even win some money from our presenting sponsor, Bet365, Never Ordinary. Get the app now. Use promo code DNVR. This genius is going to stuff your stocking.
Diabolical genius.
And then over here I got with me, D-Line Co.
That's right. Merry Christmas, everyone. We're allowed to say that, right?
Yes.
I understand there's a war on.
There is a war on Christmas.
All the same.
But today is Christmas, so I feel like...
Dude, you know what? Let's not chance it. Happy holidays.
There you go. And then seated to my right, Superstar Dev.
Merry Christmas to everyone that has taken time out of their day to watch the show. We're blessed.
Christmas with the fellas, man?
Christmas with the fellas.
Christmas with the fellas. You weren't going to pass that up.
Santa did get my note.
This is what you wanted?
This is all I asked
Man,
for.
that is rough. That is rough.
It's tough.
I'm trying to deliver for you, buddy, but that's rough. Nuggets taking on the Golden State Warriors. We wanted this, fellas, for years.
Oh, yeah.
Give the Nuggets respect. Put them on national television. And now here we are on Christmas in the middle of the day, getting the primetime slot.
You know, there's a lot of be careful what you wish for in life.
Yeah.
But should they win, what a beautiful day it'll be.
It's so true, man. That's all we actually need is just for them to win, maybe even dominate. But, guys, it's not going to be easy. You guys probably heard, very high profile, Draymond Green was suspended.
I remember that.
And he's doing counseling now. Indefinitely, you guys. Indefinitely, because Adam Silver wants what's best for the players. But according to Woj, 11 to 13 more games. We're not sure when he'll be ready to come back, but 11 to 13 games.
Man, you take a couple weeks off and get yourself together, and you come back a better person.
That's right. In 11 to 13 games.
Couple weeks. Like, you could twist your ankle and miss more time.
That's so true, man.
I love the idea also that just Draymond Green's problems of being overly aggressive on a basketball court will be solved by him just talking to somebody with a psychological degree.
I know. It's look.
Like,
I'm
why'd
so
you do
dumb.
that? Like, I don't know. I was trying to win. Like,
I was trying
all
to
right,
win.
well, you know what? Don't kick. Now get out there.
Anyway, he's out, and since he's been out, guys, it's been a disaster for the Warriors. Oh, wait a second. They've won 5 in a row?
Damn it.
Gosh dang
They're
it,
better
man. I
without
thought their
him.
season was over. You lose Draymond Green, and somehow they're actually better than they've been at any point this season. How are they doing it? Steph Curry, man. That guy, it's weird to say. Steph Curry is, 35, 36 years old? LeBron overshadows everybody as the old guy. Steph's having a career year. A career year.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
I honestly think in 20 years we're going to look back and just be like, why did we ever think guys age out in their 30s? They don't age out till their 40s. Their primes end about 42.
I know we're using like old sports science, like boundaries or barriers, benchmarks. It's like really, we've learned a lot about the human body.
You ever see pictures of like your parents in high school or like their generation and they look like they're 50 and you're just like, what the heck?
They're like rookies.
Yeah.
Yeah, people were so much older back in the day.
It got to be the drugs they were taking or something, man, because they
man.
just don't, and they be strong. Their hairlines are like back here.
Everyone smoked.
Everything looks like, it had to be the drugs.
It's just like the drinks and the smoke.
And you're like, that's a 21-year-old. Okay, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but really, how long is Steph's prime going to be? Like, he is playing incredible basketball right now. I remember when he broke the record, and that was a long time ago.
It was.
All he does from now is make more threes. He's like extending the record now.
is
Like, that's
impossible.
insane.
It's going to be impossible. This all makes me hope that Jokic plays till he's 50. If all these guys are going to play till
In
they're 50,
Denver.
in Denver, actually. I don't want to see him anywhere else. But Steph Curry this year, you guys, from 3, he is shooting 42% on 11.5 attempts. It's insane to think that he takes 11.5. That is just getting those shots up. And you know they're contested. Klay Thompson's had some big games. He had a couple 28-point games, had a 30-piece. So he's kind of also, he's been so bad for them over the last year and a half. And he's having a little bit of a heater stretch. So by no means do I think this is going to be an easy game. Michael Malone was asked pregame about playing on Christmas Day. You'll never believe what he said. He So you know what I mean? I mean, growing up, you know, when I think of Christmas Day with my father, I think about Knicks Bulls at the Garden. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? He says this every time.
Every single
time
year.
anything.
And the thing is, it's true.
It is true.
It's the best type of basketball.
Michael Malone just wishes he could be transported back to 1988, just watching the Knicks and the Bad Boys.
You know, he had
Pistons.
an earring then too.
An earring. Warriors have found ways to make themselves harder to guard, Michael Malone says, since Draymond's gone down. You kind of have to lean into some offense, although they're top 10 in offense and defense over the stretch. And he says with the Warriors, I love this note. You can't just execute the game plan. You have to have energy. He's like, they're a rare team where it's not just about doing the right things. You have to do them with the right level of energy, or else they'll still score on you. And I like that because I think it's true. They're the number one team where it takes more than just X's and O's. Thought that was a good one. I thought you guys would love that one. I thought you guys would be like,
true.
man, I have so many onions of this.
Well,
to
the
peel.
Warriors have always been about like moving the ball, lots of cuts back and forth, and Draymond Green is like, I'm not surprised. Like you lose him, you probably speed up quite a bit. Like he's not like of the guys that are aging out. Like he is the one that is most affected by the age. I would say.
I think he's taken less care of his body though than say a Steph Curry.
He doesn't care about other people's bodies either. He's just like anti-body.
Yeah, that's so true. And then he said, somebody asked about Peyton Watson playing in the clutch so much, and he said it's the key part of his development. The more he's in those situations, the better he's gonna get.
Yeah.
You can't replicate the experience of being on the court in those moments. So it does suck that it comes at the expense of Michael Porter, and I think in the aggregate I kind of hate it because it feels more like a lack of trust in Porter than a, hey, we need to get this guy experience. But if we do want to just shift to the other side of the Bucks, the bright side, and look out the window, it is good for Peyton Watson to be getting these reps.
Yeah, and also it's very situational. Like if you need defense, and you need a guy that can try to go out there and get some stops, that's what you go with. And it pushes Michael Porter Jr. to have to elevate on that side of the court. Like, of course, you're a great scorer, but you have to be able to stop guys or at least slow guys down. And they have that that weapon that they could use. So I love the fact that he's speaking on his young player and saying, like, hey, I really do trust in him. Michael Porter Jr., you have to turn it around.
But don't you think, though, like, he ran into that guy for the three in the clutch, Cam Thomas. That's like, good thing he got that out of his way.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the whole thing is that it's not a referendum on Michael Porter Jr., but it's just like it's a fact. It's just like he did it last year with Bruce Brown. Like there's always somebody that they're looking to put in for Michael Porter Jr. It's more so that they want to get Peyton Watson to be the Bruce Brown. Like that Bruce Brown role proved to be so valuable down the stretch, obviously, for the Denver Nuggets. And so you want a guy to fully step in and like be the defensive lockdown guy at the end of the game. It's, not everybody can do everything, and it's not a referendum on Michael Porter Jr. as a overall basketball player, but sometimes you just need like a lockdown guy at the end, and that's just like he's a tall guy that's kind of stiff. He has had many back surgeries. Like you can understand why. It doesn't mean that the team doesn't trust or love him. It's just, you got other guys that can step up and fulfill other roles. So it's great. Like I love that they're like, that's the where we are in the development of this team, is that they can start thinking about the future all the time.
Yeah.
They're not just like, we got to win these games. They're like, we got to win these games in May.
Right. Guys, I don't know if you've been paying attention.
Nope.
But the Nuggets lost to the Portland Trailblazers in the playoffs. The Nuggets have lost, 4 times now? 5 times? Let me count this out. They lost to the Portland Trailblazers in 2019. It sucked. You guys remember that? Myers Leonard?
Nope.
Going off.
Rodney Hood.
Rodney Hood going off.
No memory of that at all.
I think Evan Turner was out
Correct.
there. But they avenged it. In 2021. You remember?
Yeah, dude.
Austin Rivers, Facu Campazzo, and the Denver Nuggets.
I love that they're fueled by vengeance and revenge.
And they got their revenge. So now they snuffed that one out. The Lakers beat the Nuggets in the conference finals in 2020. You remember that? Anthony Davis hit that shot.
Don't remember that one.
It was in Disney World. Disney World.
Does not make sense.
Yeah. The Nuggets avenged that one with a sweep last year in the playoffs.
See you in hell.
Yes, sir.
See you in hell. The Phoenix Suns beat the Nuggets. Suns in 4. You remember that guy?
Definitely not. That does not ring.
The Nuggets avenged it, though, in 2023, man.
Avenged it.
40-point beatdown in Game 6. But in 2022, the Nuggets lost to the Warriors. This one, not avenged.
Okay.
So I'm genuinely curious if you guys look at these things and go, there's only one playoff loss that has not yet been avenged, and it's the Golden State Warriors. Do you feel they need to beat them in the playoffs?
In the playoffs? No.
But would it be nice?
I mean, it would be nice. Yeah, so it'd be nice to beat anybody. I don't know. I'm just living a new life where we won the championship and like all of my old debts were canceled, and now I'm just walking around like everyone. Like now they got to come to us. Like they're thinking about trying to get vengeance on us. Like
I would say you're right that the debt is canceled, but they have an easement. You know, they get to cross through the walking path on the property at will. We're getting into real estate law talk here over here. Isn't that a great one?
So good.
You don't have mineral rights. You know, if minerals are found on the property, you do have to cede them to the
I
state.
think we all know that.
Yeah, we all know that. We assume it.
I don't think that they have to avenge them. I don't feel like it's in the same way. Like I really do feel like, you know, the Minnesota one that took away Suns and 4, definitely you had to avenge.
You had to.
And then you just have never beat the Lakers, and their people just, you know, give it to you in a different way. With the Warriors, I just feel like it was a little bit different. It didn't seem the same.
There was some respect.
We were never going to win that series. We were like lucky to be there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and we got one respectfully, you know, on top of that.
Yeah.
But I do think that, like, it is two teams that are kind of on different paths now. Like, the Warriors are still good, but they're not to the level of Denver. Denver just passed them, and it has not looked back. And they just seem to be just so much better than that squad now. That you'll be, like, going down, and you're trying to, like, hit beat a dead horse. You know, like, it doesn't do anything for you.
You know what?
It's stress relief.
It is a stress relief.
Beating a dead
honestly,
horse.
yeah. You're not gonna believe this. I'm gonna disagree with you guys.
What? You're gonna push back on this at Christmas?
Something a little new for me. I'm gonna disagree.
Adam's fueled by rage. That's what and vengeance.
By vengeance, mostly. I don't think it's like they need revenge to get them back. There are levels to this. The Lakers was like a top level revenge. That was 50 years, 60 years of needing revenge. The Suns one, man, because that one stung, and we needed that one, and it was so satisfying. This Warriors one is different, but I will say this. There are little things about great players that have great legends. For example, Michael Jordan never played in a Game 7 in the finals. He never let it get to a Game 6, because anything could happen in a Game 7, so it was definitive. It always got it done 6. That's kind of cool. He only played in, I think, one Game 7 in the regular playoffs, right? And that was even against Indiana. So I kind of like these little myths, you know, Michael Jordan undefeated. I would love if Jokic in the end had revenge on everyone. And it was just like, because you know, people, sometimes I'll see Dirk and they'll be like, he beat in a playoff series Kobe, Shaq, you know, all these different players, and they'll list it off. I'd love it if Jokic had this thing where he was like, he had a winning record against every great player in the playoffs.
I mean, that is a beautiful sight. That's a beautiful thought. I haven't even got to that place. I'm just looking to win championships at this point. But you're right. I mean, like, if we can get a little extra on top, let's take it.
Well, because you don't want it, you want to leave no doubt, you know. And sometimes there's he won championships, but he was always bad against this player, but he didn't have to play him in the playoff. Right. You want to be like, no, he beat everybody he got every single one of them. So this Warriors one, to me, it is a little bit of an unchecked box. And I wonder if you guys feel there's other unchecked boxes out there, not just the Warriors. What are some revenge or
76ers, man? Beating the 76ers, beating Joel Embiid, going head-to-head against the one guy that you're always compared against. You always come up in the same sentence. It's just like that one is like requires a lot of stars to align. And for Joel Embiid to get out of the second round.
Yeah. I mean, it is true, though, and I'll be honest, it's one that, like, the last matchup they had, pretty lopsided, sadly, so...
Yeah, that's the answer. It's the 76ers. And also, you would beat them with everything on the line. Like, the build-up for that, the toxicity that both fan bases would have, dude. The national media and how that plays out, that will be wild. That would be Godzilla versus King Kong in that regard. And there would be so many different angles that you could go with that. But, like, that would be for all the marbles. Like, that would actually be nerve-wracking.
Oh yeah,
the entire time.
Would be insane.
That would be scary. Like,
the stakes would be so high.
The stakes would be so high that would matter more than anything. If you win that one, there's nothing else that you could like say.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm terrified already.
I actually think that the Bucks too. Like the Eastern Conference is tough because you got to meet in the freaking finals. You know, like it's so hard for stars to line up like that. But I do feel like, look, man. There's still a lot of people that think Giannis the best player of a generation. You know, there's that. So I do feel like there's something too. Can you definitively go? I do think if you just win championships, you'll get that. But you want the head-to-head. Who was better in the head-to-head?
It's true.
Our guy.
It's true. Although at the end of the day, people just fill in their own little agenda anyway. It doesn't really matter. Like, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but you know what they don't though? For Michael Jordan. And again, because he had these perfect little narrative check marks, whether they're fair or not, he had them. And that's why I said it would be nice, even if it's not fair, just to be like, yeah, well, what happened when they matched up?
It's true. Well, let's do it. All right, I'm in.
The Warriors.
Set it up.
We need revenge against this Warriors. Also,
does Christmas Day count for vengeance?
No. This is in a playoff series. And also, by the way, who's the greatest offensive player of the last 20 years? If you polled everybody, how would the poll come back?
There'd be people that would say Kevin Durant, and then you would look at them sideways.
Yeah, those people are just disqualified.
It is Steph Curry. I mean, come on, it's Steph Curry or LeBron. I mean,
Yeah, it goes those two.
You think I'll head a yoke?
20 years?
Well, I'm not saying over the course of the 20 years. I'm just saying, like, you know, which is the guy. I think a lot of people will say Yoke is the best offensive cornerstone. So you have Yoke, you have Steph, you have LeBron. Sure, you have these guys. But again, it's another reason why I just would love a head-to-head where it's like, yeah, but...
Yeah. Jokic is like just starting to make his case for it. He's like, if he continues on this trajectory, there'll be people that will say that. Right now, I don't think there's a lot outside of this Christmas-themed room.
I'm surprised by that. I see a lot of people actually, even on my timeline, saying they're marketing this. Even the NBA did it. Well, the two best offensive players.
But I'm saying, like...
I'm not saying over the course of the 20 years. I'm saying within the last 20 years who arrived that was...
I see what you mean.
Yeah, at the whose peak or whatever. So that's just another reason that I do think there's a little unfinished business here that would be kind of nice. All right, it's that time, you guys. We're going off-season mode.
Wow, holy smokes. It is a Christmas Day miracle, in fact.
Do you guys like Christmas movies?
Nope.
I'm not really big on them either.
You're not really big on Christmas. This is going to be the worst draft.
It's going to be terrible.
The chat is going to be so pissed. You guys can play along with us here. I made a big board. I don't know if you guys did.
You did? No, I didn't.
Made a big board. We're drafting Christmas characters and figures. So it's going to be movie characters or... You know, religious figures. I'm not going to try to lead you which one I'm referencing. It could be any religious figure surrounding Christmas. Oh, man, I got the number one pick. That's
amazing.
Serendipitous. I'm going to go with the Grinch. The Grinch, the top number one Christmas character.
This is an upset I thought
the Grinch.
I thought for sure I was going to get the Grinch.
The Grinch. No way. The Grinch is the
wild
best.
number one pick.
The Grinch is hilarious. He's funny. He hates Christmas.
When Santa and Jesus were on the board?
Santa and Jesus are still on the board.
This is rough.
I had Santa in the fourth round.
I'm going to go with a true badass. Kevin McAllister.
That's a great one.
I can't believe that they should have called CPS immediately. This was insane. Horrible parenting.
It was, but he is great, man.
Hey, he got through.
You know how a movie is good when my kids love it. You know, this movie, 30 years later, and here my kids come along and they're like, love it just as much as I did.
Wow, I guess I'm going to go the classic turn. I'll go Jesus.
Jesus?
Baby Jesus and then Santa.
Wow. No, it has to be baby Jesus. It's not full-born Jesus Christ yet. It's just baby Jesus. All right, baby Jesus.
I mean, that was...
You have a classic board going. You have a very classic board.
This was like I just won the draft.
You are a classic. You're such a classicist.
I was going to go Santa first, but then I thought about it.
It'll look better on the board. You're winning the whole religious delegate here. All right, Santa and Jesus is pretty good. Where are you going to go?
I'm going to go very opposite of this. I'm going to go with the Christmas devil. I want you to act bad if you want to. Give me Krampus. I need it. I just need it, man. I can't believe that was still on the board.
You have the villains board, too.
If you're naughty, you're being punished, man.
You asked us first off if, like, Adam said that some people in his family had taken on a Grinch role. I myself am a bit of a Grinch, but you would never know it looking at this board. Look at the two of you.
You look very religious and also pagan. I'm gonna go with Clark Griswold. We're going Vegas Vacation. Clark Griswold.
Oh my God.
Give it to me. My board is incredible.
This is unbelievable.
I'm definitely winning this thing. And then the last pick. I'm taking Yukon Cornelius. Yukon Cornelius.
Who the hell? Prospector from the...
He looks like Maxie the Miner.
Yeah. Nobody knows anything about him.
Silver and gold. Silver and gold.
So he's got, like, he's focused on treasures of the earth. He's really he's got a poor focus. Whatever, man.
I'm all about controversy, and I like arguing. You know what I mean?
Love arguing.
So, like, I'm going to have to go with John McClane on
Man,
this
that's a
one.
good. You're gonna win now.
Like, really?
You're gonna win.
He's a badass. I'm into badasses. If you look at my list, all of them, badasses. Every one of them.
You're not framed in.
Let's see. My last pick. I will
you're not
go.
framed
Give me. You know what? Screw it. Give me Rudolph. Whatever.
Rudolph, you're taking Rudolph. You're gonna win this draft. It's gonna be so lame.
Or-
Rudolph. You can take Rudolph. That's fine.
You just give me
You don't
Rudolph.
want the abominable snow monster?
I mean, listen. I haven't been true to my
Charlie
myself.
Brown?
I haven't been true to myself in this draft one time. So
So true.
I might as well just go for the sentimental crowd.
Vote. Who do you think won this this year? If you're looking at
Taking
it,
a quick look, I'm gonna go with Dev.
that's there you
Yeah,
go.
that's a good list, man.
Cramp.
To be honest, I didn't look at anyone's lists. I just went with Dev based off instinct. I heard that D-line sold out, and in past experiences
Just never Adam.
in drafts, Adam typically doesn't win. So just quick process of elimination. Let me
Vote,
know.
vote as a narrator right now. This is a Christmas movie for real.
It's a Christmas movie. He's the narrator.
You'll poke your eye out.
All right, everybody, it's time to bet money on Christmas, just as baby Jesus intended. Let's all open up the Bet365 Never Ordinary app and turn our attention to Santa Claus himself.
I was in
Superstar
my
Dev.
notes, and it was all the things that I should like be getting. It has like dish detergent and stuff. My bad. Let me get to the right thing.
Okay.
Denver comes into this game as 7-point favorites.
That's crazy.
The thing is, Denver is at home. They're clicking on all cylinders. The Warriors are missing Draymond, and that means nobody is going to be able to guard Jokic. I'm expecting a big
that's-
one from him.
That's the thing, man.
So that makes this
Jokic
one
is-
easy. I'm going to go with -7. Denver's going to cover in this spot right here.
Really?
Yeah, they're going to cover.
I
I'm going to go over 235. The Warriors want to push the pace, and Denver's offensive is explosive right now, especially in their last 10 game on
You never
offensive
go over.
net rating. Exactly. I'd never go over. They are going to put on a show on Christmas. They're getting whatever they want, and I don't expect that to change, especially with no one able to guard Jokic. It's kind
Did
of
you guys
crazy
see
to
they
see.
had that party though yesterday? Is there any chance they're all just hungover?
No, I think.
Do you think that the Warriors didn't have a party?
I don't know. It's a good point.
It was reported that those are old pictures.
Those are old photos.
I believe our friend Vinny reported
Vinny
that.
Benedetto?
Yes, thank you, Vinny Benedetto.
I had questions. Half the attendance of the party not in costume, half the attendance in costume.
Dude, I actually there's people in costume, and then you see pictures where people are not. I judge those people, man. The ones that are not.
Oh.
It's like if everybody came in and you're like, well, I wasn't gonna do that. It's like, dude,
Eric,
get
you're
lost.
kind of dressed as Christian Brown right now.
Uh,
Didn't he just wear the Christmas lights and that was it?
oh yeah. Well, I love Santa and Baby Jesus, so
Yeah, of course. I know that about you.
All right, to keep the betting going, on the Warriors side of things, let's get over 4.5 3-pointers for Steph. It just seems too low. They have the ball in his hands every single time.
5-3. It's so crazy. The line is so high. We always see Michael Porter.
doesn't
and
seem that
Jamal
high,
Murray
though,
at
for
2.5. It's not for him.
I do expect KCP to be hounding him, and this is as good of a defensive matchup that you'll get. But he comes off of so many screens and he forces so many
Yeah.
switches. He's not going to be able to guard him the whole time.
Switch City, man.
Yeah, so I got the over there. I'm also going to go over 7.5 assists for CP3, who's averaging 9 on the year, but is really picking it up on in the last 5 games. He gets the second unit bump as well. So 7.5 is just too low.
7.5 assists for who?
For Chris Paul.
Okay.
Okay, enough about
There's
them.
no way I'm betting on Chris Paul on Christmas.
No chance.
There's no way.
You guys wouldn't?
That's bad karma.
Dude,
Bro.
you know who would bet on somebody on Chris Paul is somebody
The
who
Grinch.
loves
The
no
Grinch.
somebody who loves Krampus.
Oh, yeah. You're being a naughty boy. Being a naughty boy.
Yeah, it would make you bored then.
Let's start with MPJ. He shoots well against the Warriors. He always has. It has to be with those like shooting competitions
hot.
that they have. Clay and Steph are the only two that he says is up there with him. And also Bones, right? I'm going to go over. It's only 2.5. That's a damn near lock. He just came off of a game where he had 5, and like Vote just said, he is hot. I'm going to go over 15.5 points for him as well. He just came off of 22 points.
We're doing Michael Porter Jr.
He led
bets?
the team. This is almost a lot.
Christmas?
Really, I think that he
thank
gets
you.
15.5
Dude,
very easy.
You're making my morning over here.
Michael
Dev.
Porter Jr. has a tattoo of Jesus talking to himself.
It's a good
That's
point.
true.
You don't think he's gonna
Yeah,
go off
that
on
makes
Christmas?
this. That makes this a
It
lot
is an
better.
adult Jesus, though.
Can you edit the Mike it's like kind of Santa Claus-y, the ghost?
It's just Santa Claus Mike.
Tonight, Jamal's points are higher than they've been, and that's because they see the kind of approach that he has right now. He's attacking and has a matchup that favors him in a faster-paced game. Give me the over 22 points for him. Some people are saying Merry Christmas.
I love those
Yeah,
people.
people are saying that.
Murray Yokmas?
I think this is a higher rebounding game for Jokic, which doesn't seem to be a big thing for betting purposes anymore. But I think that this is a go-to spot for him. I'm going to go over 12.5. Fast-paced game, more opportunities. They're going to have Looney on him for a while. He'll destroy him. Then
Rebounds?
they're going to have little guys on him after that. Yep, 12.5 rebounds.
MPJ is 6.5 is his line for rebounds.
Might as well do the PRA if you're going to do him.
Oh, man, maybe.
I think
I
it
don't
makes
have
it easy.
Murray points or Jokic rebounds as an option. What's going on here? All right, keep going.
Yeah, you're going crazy. Let's get KCP over 1.5 steals. So at least 2 steals is at plus 160.
Dude, he's not in the Christmas spirit at all.
And for the lock, this is a world reminder game of who the triple-double king is.
Jonathan
Draymond
Kuminga?
Green.
Russell Westbrook.
You guys are all wrong.
Oh,
Wow.
Nikola Jokic.
Oh, it's him?
I always
Saint
forget
Nick.
that.
Man,
Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't guess him first.
We've been getting closer and closer. This time he gets over. He just had a sophomore double. This time he gets the triple-double. Monster game from Saint Nick. I think this is a big game for him. But the triple-double is what he'll have.
All right. Will you guys like anything crazy on the board? You know, are we gonna? What did we say we were gonna do with the threes? Weren't we gonna ride the threes for Peyton Watson until he missed one?
He missed last game.
Did
we,
he?
We rode it, and we went off the cliff.
Should we get back on the cliff?
I don't know, dude. I
Not on
feel good
Christmas?
I feel good about his blocks.
Christian Brown 0.5. Also, man, he's so fun
Here's
when
the
he hits
thing.
them.
Yeah, it's like CB. I think I love this narrator role. I think the Watson threes are a great bet. They're so fun, dude.
So you
Yes.
think P. Watt's the one we should do a 3-4?
Until he stops hitting them. Right?
Yeah,
Let's
you're
ride,
right.
Let's ride.
All right,
with the
you know
guy.
what? Let's ride it one too long, one too many.
That's
I don't
exactly.
mind it.
Let's
Let's
jinx
keep
it
doing
now
it.
that we're too late.
What else? You like blocks? Is that what you said?
One block.
Is it only one block?
That's what I'm
for him?
saying. One block.
Do they
You
not
got
know
that,
who
like,
he is?
They don't know, dude. Listen, they're somebody's
must not
asleep at the
know.
wheel. Somebody had too much eggnog over there at Bet365. We appreciate it. We're gonna benefit and slide in like the Grinch and steal their cash.
Man, I love how much the Grinch is getting referenced today.
Well, you #1 overall pick. I can't believe it.
That's a good pick,
I
man.
mean, come on, dude. I think some people associate the Grinch with Christmas as strong as anyone. Except, except the SC. You know?
Me personally, it's Santa and Baby Jesus. But I'm
yeah.
built.
Baby Jesus.
I
You
would
are
say I'm built
different.
different, but I'm built the same as everyone else,
That's
except
right.
for Adam.
You're right.
Vote, you have anything you want to throw out there?
I just want to co-sign all of Dev's Michael Porter bets. I want to apologize to all of you guys, especially Kale, for being late because really that just made Kale so stressed, and I'm really sorry. Merry Christmas, buddy.
Don't worry, Kale has flu also. So.
Kale also sick as a dog.
I'll get you some water, buddy.
Alrighty, that does it, guys. Merry Christmas to everyone. Game should be starting shortly. If we're gotta be here, we might as well get a win.
If we are here and we don't get a win, I'm gonna be. I'm gonna say it, man.
And as Kale got ready to wrap up the Winners Lounge,
Yeah,
Nuggets fans all around the world gathered around,
We're gonna-
waiting, wondering, would we be winners? Would we be losers? St. Nikola will decide our fate.
There
Merry
you
Christmas,
go.
everyone.
Oh man, we got Richard Jefferson on the call. All right, everybody, hit that like button for us on the way out.
this?
We all silly like the mayor.